This is Mindy Peterson. And here in the US, this week is the biggest summer holiday week, 4th of July week, when we celebrate our country's birthday, which this year is the 250th. And I am on vacation at my family's annual reunion in Michigan. In honor of this week's celebration, today's episode is a rerun from 2 years ago, the first year I started doing Micro Hands episodes. And this micro tip is one of my personal favorites, one that has soundtracked my life and that I hope will make your summer, including this week's holiday, more memorable and meaningful. I'm Mindy Peterson, host of Enhanced Life with Music podcast, where we explore the ways music makes our lives better. And this is Micro Hands, a microdose of musical enhancement. I am a Midwestern gal through and through. I grew up in West Michigan. I've lived in the Minneapolis area since 2000 and lived in Chicago for a year in between. One of my favorite parts about Midwest USA are the 4 distinct seasons we experience. I love having the variety of our very distinct spring, summer, fall, and yes, winter. I do love winter. One of my favorite ways to fully experience and enjoy each distinct season is with a corresponding seasonal playlist. We just celebrated Memorial Day weekend here in the US, which is our unofficial kickoff to summer, and my cue to start playing my summer mix playlist. For me, a summer mix means bright, energetic songs that at the same time have sort of a laid-back vibe. The lyrics may make mention of sunshine, vacation, summer, like tons of Michael Franti songs, including The Sound of Sunshine and Summertime Won't Last Long. There's also Train's Vacation, and of course, Walking on Sunshine, a song called Island in the Sun for some examples. There are also sultry Sade songs on my list. There are songs on the list that make me feel like I'm on a Caribbean island, like reggae, artists singing in Spanish, or anything by Santana. Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, of course, sung by one of my favorites, Aaron Neville, is on my summer mix playlist. Then there are a few nostalgic songs. Summer is a time for making memories, and sometimes the best way to do that is to bring back the sounds of summers past. There are a few tracks on my summer list that remind me of good times and carefree summer days of childhood or the more recent past. One example has the word summer in the title and reminds me of my grandmother, since I had an album of hers featuring this song when I was growing up. The song is Theme from a Summer Place by Percy Faith and his orchestra. I cannot hear the song without feeling close to my grandma, who I have wonderful memories of and who died when I was about 7 years old. Another nostalgic song on my list is forever associated for me with a family RV trip out west that Ian and I took with our kids when they were young. The song had just come out and my daughter and I listened to it on repeat on that trip. Other songs on the list are patriotic in honor of the U.S. summer holiday, 4th of July, like Neil Diamond singing America. On the list, there are Jack Johnson songs, Norah Jones songs, and these are just a few of the 300 songs on my summer mix playlist. As you can tell, my list has a lot of variety, even though each song says summer to me in one way or another. Some tracks have been on my list for over a decade. Others have come and gone. I was certainly much more vigilant about age-appropriate lyrics on these songs when my kids were young, for example, but the list gets updated throughout the summer season and throughout the seasons of life. Tracks are added and removed, which keeps my playlist both fresh and meaningful for me. Now that my kids are in college and beyond, they will occasionally mention that they heard a song from, quote, Mom's summer playlist, and it had immediately transported them back to childhood summer dinners on the porch. Music is a powerful tool that can set the tone, elevate your experience, and create lasting memories. After Labor Day, when the temperatures drop and the leaves start turning, I'll switch to my comfort food for ears playlist. Around the time I start reaching for fall recipes like chili and lasagna. Until then, music and watermelon is what fully immerses me in the season of summer. If you have your own summer playlist or you take the time to craft one, I would love to hear what tracks you selected and why. You can always connect with me on email, mindy@mpetersonmusic.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn. I'm Mindy Peterson, and I hope this inspires you to enhance your life with music.